The recall election campaigns are in their final week. Fox 11 on special assignment is spending the entire week bringing you in-depth interviews with the candidates on the major issues in the race. The number one issue is jobs, and Mark Leland is here with a preview this morning. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning to you, Rachel. You might remember back in the 2010 campaign between Walker and Barrett, the number one issue then was jobs, and certainly conflicting numbers on jobs now show that are being created in Wisconsin. Both sides picking different numbers, showing once again that jobs is the key issue.
Each of the candidates running for governor are using different numbers to highlight their case with voters in this recall election.
Last year, Wisconsin lost more jobs than any state in the country.
Wisconsin actually gained, that's right, gained more than 20,000 new jobs during my first year in office.
Well, I said, hey, you said this is about jobs? I agree. More than 35,000 new jobs since I've been sworn in as governor of this state. We've got a plan to move forward. We've got the lowest unemployment rate at 6.7% that we've had since 2008. And I think we built a very positive foundation for success.
Governor Scott Walker is using State Department of Workforce Development jobs numbers that were forwarded to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics for release in about a month. Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett disputes the early release of the numbers, choosing instead to focus on Labor Statistics Survey findings that show job losses in Wisconsin.
Well, I think he knows that he can't defend his record, and that's why he's cooked the books and came up with this whole new set of numbers that the state has never used before to measure our employment. And the mere fact that he's doing it 20 days before the election, it flunks the IQ test, or it flunks the smell test.
Now, it should be noted when I spoke with Barrett, he didn't outright say that Walker's numbers, the positive numbers that Walker is putting forth, are wrong. He simply said that they could not be verified until after the election, when the Bureau of Labor Statistics makes its national findings known, and that won't happen, Rachel, until the end of June.
Now, the job numbers from both the candidates, Mark, are coming from the same place, right?
Right.
It's confusing then, because they're different numbers.
It does. It makes it very confusing. Now, the difference in the numbers is this. Barrett is using findings from a small survey of employers, about 5% in the state, and that survey is actually done monthly. While Walker is using numbers from the same source, basically, but numbers that are reported by 95% of employers across the state. Those numbers are viewed to be more accurate. They are done on a quarterly basis, and of course, those quarterly numbers are coming out, all compiled, at the end of June.
Okay, now, if the Bureau, though, when it finishes crunching the numbers and releases them officially, could that change things?
It could. You know, the economy lately has been very up and down, and so that's why the numbers seem to be a little bit off. But they indicate, the Bureau indicates that indications are the numbers don't really change all that much. Basically, whatever the state reports is usually what ends up on the paper, and that's what is released. Barrett, once again, not disputing the numbers. He is questioning the early release. You've seen all these campaign ads. He's complaining about the early release of the numbers, saying he cooked the books. He's not offering any proof, though, that the numbers are wrong or have been altered anyway on the part of Walker's campaign.
So it truly is a numbers game.
It's political, isn't it? It's always a numbers game. Each candidate wants to pick the numbers that benefits what they're trying to get across to the voters. It'll be really up to the voters to decide. Tonight we're going to look more at the numbers game, more at the numbers being put forth, as well as the jobs plan for each candidate to moving forward. We'll have that tonight.
Looking forward to that. Okay, Mark.